Hi everyone, welcome back. In today's video, I will be giving you some context for episode 2 of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. But before we do that, we will go over what happened in episode 1. Alright, so I like to put this spoiler alert right here for previous, in this case, Captain America movies, and of course, episode 1 of this series, which we'll recap in a second. Alright. Here it is. Hopefully you have just finished watching this. We open with Sam. Well, he has the shield and he has to decide what to do with it. But we cut away to an action sequence where he's going to rescue a military asset in Tunisia. Um, in this situation, he has to fight Batroc, who, like I said, he was going to be kind of important in this. Um, and his group of terrorists. He had to take him down in their helicopters and all that. And afterwards, Sam and Joaquin Torres talk about what they're going to see in the near future with the flag smashers and just all these terrorists that are suddenly just kind of bombarding the new world order. And Sam ends up donating Cap's shield to a museum, and Rhodey talks to him about it. You can tell Rhodey is kind of against donating the shield, and he thought Sam should have kept it. And in case you don't know who Rhodey is, he was basically Iron Man's sidekick in a way. I think that's the best way to put it. But yeah. So now going back to Bucky's world, we see kind of a flashback nightmare where he's with a Winter Soldier and under control of Hydra, and he wakes up. He goes to this therapist. You can tell he keeps lying to his therapist. He just doesn't like her, and what he's been doing with his life since he was brought back to life was making amends with people that he like people who he kind of messed up with over the years, and he's just trying to fix all his mistakes. So Bucky meets with Yori Nakajima, which is basically this old guy who he's made friends with and often hangs out with him. Um, but Yori also talks about how he misses his son RJ, and it's not until later in the episode where Bucky realizes that it was in that nightmare that he had that he killed RJ, and now he feels a lot of guilt for killing his friend's son, and the worst part is Yori doesn't know about it. We cut back to Sam, and he's going to visit the boat and his sister Sarah, and basically they don't have enough money to keep the boat, and Sarah is just she kind of gives up on it and she wants to just sell it, but Sam wants to fight this, so he's gonna find a way to get some money. Joaquin tries to get his own little scoop on the Flag Smashers, and he kind of gets beat up by one of the leaders. Um, so he's just trying to collect information on them. Sam and Sarah go to a bank, and at the bank, they're denied a loan, which they want to use to pay off what they need to. What her plan was to just sell the boat. This is Sam's solution. He just needs to get a loan. And the last scene, the new Captain America, John Walker. Sam is obviously very upset, and you can probably assume Bucky will be upset as well. But you'll see a lot more of Walker in the next episode. And I'm just gonna skip talking about the girl that Bucky was talking to, just because she doesn't really have much of a future in this series, and it's just not worth talking about. Uh, no disrespect to her character or anything, just I I have nothing really to say about her. This was part of my first video on this series. I'm just going to leave it here for at least a couple of these videos, just in case you want to pause the video and read about Captain America. Same thing with the Falcon, Sam. If you want to read this, you can pause this here. And again, with the Winter Soldier, Bucky Barnes. If you want to read that, go ahead and pause it, but I'm just going to keep moving on because I covered this in the video before this. So, some characters we should be looking out for in the upcoming episodes include Joaquin Torres, who is sort of the Falcon's right hand man in a way in this Flag Smasher investigation. And in the comics, he's sort of the character to take up the Falcon's mantle once Sam is all through with that job. But that's not exactly what happens in this series. You'll just see a little of him in the rest of the series. Lamar Hoskins, he's going to be John Walker's right hand man. He also kind of dresses up like Captain America in the comics. But he's going to support John in everything. He's going to have the same views and opinions and personality as John, really, and just takes his side in every conceivable way. So yeah, he's just going to become a big part of this as well. And finally, as I did mention, Bucky had fought this guy, Isaiah Bradley, in his past, and he was sort of like an African American Captain America. And like I said, there were so many versions of Captain America all over the world, and he was one of them, and he was one of the stronger ones, I suppose. But this is his comic suit, and you'll see him in the next episode. Sam and Bucky go to talk to him. All right, so you are ready to watch episode 2 of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. We kind of open up with a little bit of John Walker, and you'll get a sense of who he is and why he feels qualified to be the next Captain America. And again, Sam and Bucky both upset, but you'll see how Walker, who is not U.S. agent quite yet, that's a bit of a complicated issue. He is going to become a bigger part of this series, and yeah, it just introduces his character basically. Alrighty, so that is all you really need for episode 2. When you're done watching that, you can come back here. When you're ready to watch episode 3, I will have a video for you that sets you up for that episode. And then, of course, as always, we will just go over the previous episode, which in this case will be number 2. All right. I will see you back here.